9 questions guys can ask a girl to start a conversation for the first time. Number 1. Do you come here often? This is a classic question for a reason. It breaks the ice and gets the other person talking without putting them on the spot. They can answer the question with a simple yes or no, or they can elaborate if they want to. From there, you can ask follow-up questions about their favorite foods, drinks, or activities at the venue. You say, "Hey, I noticed you from across the room and I wanted to come say hi. Do you come here often?" She might say, "I come here all the time. The sushi is my favorite." Or, "No, this is my first time. My friend recommended it to me." Sometimes, you might want to ask a girl a more personal question right off the bat. This can help create a connection between you two and give you something to build the conversation around. Just be sure not to ask anything too personal or probing, as this can make her feel uncomfortable. Number 2. How's your day going? If she is having a bad day, you can sympathize with her and try to make her day better. If she's having a good day, you can share in her excitement. Either way, this question helps to start building a rapport with her. The right way to initiate this question is by saying, "I hope you don't mind me asking, but how's your day going?" Typical response: "Good, I'm just enjoying this weather," or "I had a great workout this morning," etc. Following this, you can take the conversation in any direction you'd like. Now, consider this scenario. You spot a girl you're interested in across the room. You want to approach her and start a conversation, but you don't know what to say. In this case, it might be best to start with a question that requires very little effort on her part to answer. This will help ease any nervousness she might be feeling about talking to you. Number 3. What brings you here today? This is a great question for starting a conversation because it allows her to open up about herself. She might tell you that she's here for work, or she might tell you that she's here to see a band play. Either way, this question will help you get to know her better. You say, "What brings you here today? Are you here for work or pleasure?" She might say, "I'm actually here for a friend's birthday party," or "I just moved to the area and I'm looking for new things to do." Using a funny or clever opening line can help you stand out from the other people trying to talk to her. This can be a great way to start a conversation, but be sure not to use anything that might come across as cheesy or corny. A great, funny conversation starter could be something like the next one. Number 4. If you could be any animal, what would you be? This is a fun question that can help you learn more about her personality. She might say that she would be a lioness because she's brave and fierce, or she might say that she would be a bird because she loves to travel. Either way, this question will help you get to know her better. You say, "If you could be any animal, what would you be?" "I'd be a monkey because they're always up for a good time." She might say, "I'd be a cat because they're so independent," or "I'd be a dog because they're so loyal." Now remember, it could take some time for her to respond, so don't get too anxious if she doesn't answer right away. Just give her a few moments to think about it before moving on to the next question. Don't worry about coming across as boring if you ask her questions about herself. People love talking about themselves, so this is a great way to get the conversation flowing. Just be sure to ask follow-up questions after she answers so that you can keep the conversation moving. A fun way to get to know someone better is to ask them about their hobbies and interests. This can be a great conversation starter because it shows that you're interested in learning more about her. Number 5. What do you like to do for fun? This is a great question to get to know her better. She might tell you that she likes to go hiking, or she might tell you that she likes to read. Either way, this will help you learn more about her and give you something to talk about. You say, "What do you like to do for fun?" "I love to play tennis." She might say, "I like to go hiking on the weekends," or "I like to read books and spend time with my cat." Now, this gives you a lot of room to ask follow-up questions. For example, if she says that she likes to read, you could ask her what her favorite book is. If she says that she likes to go hiking, you can ask her where her favorite place to hike is. Asking follow-up questions is a great way to keep the conversation going and show that you're interested in learning more about her. Does this sound like a cliche question to start a conversation? It may, but it works. Few people can resist talking about themselves, their day, or their life when asked this question. It's a broad question that gives her the freedom to choose what she wants to share with you. Simple follow-up questions can turn a one-word answer into a conversation. You don't want to ask her something boring like,
"What's your name?" or "Where are you from?"
You want to ask her something that will make her think, something that will start a great conversation. Number 6. If you could have any superpower, what would it be? This is a fun question that allows her to use her imagination. She might say that she would want the power to fly so that she could travel the world, or she might say that she would want the power of invisibility so that she could spy on people. Either way, this question will help you get to know her better. You say, if you could have any superpower, what would it be? I'd want to be able to read people's thoughts. She might say, I'd want to be able to fly, or I'd want to be invisible. Keep it light and fun with these next questions. These are great questions to ask if you want to keep the conversation going and make her laugh. Humor is a great way to start a conversation, so if you can make her laugh, then you're off to a great start. Jokes are a great way to break the ice and make her laugh, but you need to be careful with this one. You don't want to come across as being cheesy or corny. If you can pull it off, then this is a great question to ask. Number 7. What's your favorite joke? This is a great question to get her laughing. She might tell you a hilarious joke that you've never heard before, or she might tell you a funny story from her life. Either way, this is a great question to ask if you want to make her laugh. You say, what's your favorite joke? I love the one about the chicken crossing the road. She might say, I don't know if it's a joke, but have you heard about the time when, and then tell you a funny story. A laugh is a great way to start a conversation. These questions are designed to help you get to know her better and create a connection between you two. If you can make her laugh, then you're off to a great start. Number 8. I noticed you're really good at blank. Do you like doing that? This is a great question to ask if you've noticed something that she's good at. It could be anything from painting to playing the guitar to just being really good at conversing with people. This question shows that you've been paying attention to her and that you're interested in her hobbies and interests. You say, I noticed you're really good at art. Do you like doing that? She might say, yes, I love painting. It's one of my favorite hobbies. It's always flattering when someone else notices something that we're good at. This question depends on what you've noticed about her. If you've noticed that she's good at painting, then you could ask her if she likes to paint. If you've noticed that she's good at conversing with people, then you could ask her if she likes meeting new people. Now, the last and cheesiest of the bunch. Number 9. Have we met before? This is a great question to ask if you feel like you've already met her somewhere before, but you can't quite remember where. It's also a great way to start a conversation if you feel like you have a connection with her. You say, have we met before? You seem really familiar. She might say, no, I don't think so, but you do look really familiar. This is one of the most used lines to start a conversation, but it still works like a charm. Let me give you an example. You see a cute girl at the grocery store and you want to start a conversation with her. You could say something like, do you need help reaching for that? Or, I think your cart is full. Let me help you with that. You could also say something like, I've seen you around before. What's your name? Or you could say, you're really pretty. I'd love to get to know you better. What's your name? Asking questions is a great way to start a conversation, but you also need to know how to keep the conversation going. Here are a few tips. Listen to her answers and ask follow-up questions. Be genuine and interested in what she has to say. Avoid talking about yourself too much. Keep the conversation light and fun. Once you've asked her a few questions and the conversation is flowing, you might want to ask her for her number so that you can continue the conversation later. Directly asking for someone's number can sometimes come off as cheesy or intrusive, so it's often best to wait until the conversation is flowing smoothly before asking for it. You could say something like, I'm really enjoying talking to you. I think we should continue this conversation over coffee sometime. If she agrees, then you can ask for her number. Hey guys, that's all for today. Thank you for watching this video. If you enjoyed it, please give it a thumbs up and share it with your friends.